What's up, y'all? It's me, your girl Brianca Jay, and we are doing book talk, as you know I love to do. Today I'm reviewing a literary classic, The Alchemist. Much talked about, much discussion, all the things. Everybody swears by this book, and I'm on the bandwagon. I'm on the bandwagon too. So without further ado, let's discuss Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist. So I have some questions here before we start. I am Brianca Jay. You're tuned into Book Talk, where we do all things lit. Reviews, recommendations, and literary analysis. So if you like what you hear and that sounds good to you, go ahead and subscribe. Simple as tea. Also, I've added story time to the schedule. I'm gonna try to do that. I don't know if it's gonna be a weekly thing, but I'm gonna start sharing some of my favorite short stories with you guys. So look out for that too, because yeah, I love it. So I have a couple questions here that I'm gonna answer in regards to The Alchemist. The first one is, what audience is this book good for? Believe it or not, 9th grade students are reading this book, and I think that's beautiful because I think it's incredible for anyone's self-esteem. But I do believe that the primary audience who will find the most out of this book is people who are ready to start living in their purpose, people who are ready to start acting on their long dreams. So a lot of times we have our dreams, but we're not ready to take action. And I think this book is one of those books that help us take action and help us work through some of the common conflicts you may run across when you start working towards your personal journey of discovery. So I think that that's a book for anybody like that. The book can be read so many ways. It can be read as a fiction, just as a fun novel to read, as some people do. It can be read as like an allegorical text, kind of like a Bible, where you read it and you get the lessons and you learn and you apply it to life, but he still makes it accessible to any reader. It can be a self-help book. You can read it and start applying his theories and his ideologies, and has really good quotes in here. So if you want to just Snapchat and Instagram it up with it, you can do that too. So it's so powerful and it's such an easy read. Was I confused at any point while reading? Again, like, it is such an easy, accessible read. There is no one I can think of that is going to have trouble reading this work. He uses very plain language. He doesn't get all superfluous. He doesn't get prophetic with me. Very plain language that makes it accessible to any reader. Did I care about the characters? Yes, I actually cared a lot about Santiago, who was the protagonist. And in addition to Santiago, I fell in love with Fatima, who he meets on his journey. And I felt that her presence as a female character helped me to understand like my role and my purpose in society, and you know, how we should interact with people. And so I enjoyed Fatima and him. I cared about them very much. Does it have a compelling plot? Yes. A lot of the things that Santiago goes through, whether he's in Egypt or on the countryside or wherever, are things that happen to us in our human day-to-day life. And that makes it really relatable. It makes it easy to uncover meaning and easy to say, okay, I know where to apply this lesson. So I really enjoyed that. The plot was compelling but simplistic in itself. It was just a kid going on a journey. So if you're familiar with Joseph Conrad's theory about the hero's journey, this isn't much different. He discovers something, he has an epiphany, he goes on a journey, he returns home a different man. All of the things, the classic tropes here are there. The dialogue was very believable. It wasn't a lot of dialogue, but you know, it was good. It was decent. Another thing that I want to talk about this book is some of the quotes that struck me. One thing he said is that when you want something, like, the entire universe conspires for you to achieve it. And when I read that quote, I felt so powerful. Like, the entire universe is on my side. The entire universe is hoping that I achieve my dreams. Like, that made me feel powerful, like to the 10th degree. I don't think there are many other things that could make me feel that good. But there are some more quotes from the book here. It says, and when you can't go back, you have to worry only about the best way of moving forward. Again, another powerful quote that reminds you to stay in the present, stay looking to the future. Don't focus on what already has happened, because there's nothing you can do about it. And let's see, he has so many here. It says, remember that wherever your heart is, that you will find your treasure. So, right? So, like, chock full of, like, divine wisdom, chock full of, like, these little nuggets of truth and beauty. And I enjoyed it, and I was highlighting things and really getting into it. There's no illustrations. Let's see. So, let's see. If anything else I had to say, I would say that when I read this book, I learned a lot. Like, as far as, like, how I was personally impacted. I think I was maybe 22 or 23 when I first read this book. And I was in a place in my life where I think I was finishing college and preparing to go into the work field. And I just didn't know where I was, how I could reach my dreams, how I could do it. I was very limited in my thinking. I had, like, a very fear-based victim way of thinking. And this book really gave me the confidence to take that first step out and to try something new, and to kind of be okay with failing and be okay with not knowing what happens next. And so I really enjoyed that. I think that this book helped me in ways that lasted. And I've actually read it twice. And I recommend it to my students every chance I get, because I think it's one of those books that can really help us get a better relationship with self and not be so conflicted in, like, some of the smaller details of life, and not be so conflicted when we have to do things that can make other people uncomfortable. Like, this kid has to tell his parents that he's not going to follow their plan for him. And I think most college students have to do that. Most children have to do that at some point with their parents. And I think that that's universal. So he has some of those universal feelings of inadequacy, those universal feelings of desire, of how do I make my dream my reality. And this book really walks you through it and helps you see the process, so that when you start walking for yourself, it's not as scary a journey, you know? I really liked it. I hope you guys read it. I am giving away a copy of this June 30th. So if you would like a copy of this, all you really need to do is be subscribed and then wait for my winner announcement. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But if you don't know, go to my last video and find out. Anyway, it's been me. It's been real. It's Brianca Jay here, and I want to thank you guys so much for watching and staying tuned. And I'll have to catch you guys next time. Bye bye.